Hello friends, and welcome back to the dwarven city of Orzammer. The party made our way here on our last episode, and we found out that the king is dead, and so the city is in a bit of a political upheaval right now, with two main factions essentially fighting for rule of the throne. We're coming here, of course, to request the assistance of the dwarves in our fight against the Darkspawn, so quite frankly, we don't care about who's gonna be king, but I have a feeling we're probably gonna get dragged into things to sort of figure out who the ruler is gonna be. So, our plan for today is to actually go meet each of these opposing factions, and get some more information about what's going on here, and maybe get some help, we'll see. We also need to explore the city, of course. It looks really cool, and can't wait to find out more about the dwarves and their culture. So, we'll start off in Figures Imports.
Got it.
And it's locked. Okay, we'll start off at this chicken. That's not chicken. What is that? That is, I don't know what kind of creature that is, but I guess it's for sale.
Well met, Grey Warden.
Well met. That is a large cheese. Okay, let's,
The great Paragon Branca will never return. The Ancestors have taken her from this world.
Oh, is Bronca still alive? I don't know. I just assumed all the Paragons were already dead.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Maybe. Hi.
You look like you're not from around here.
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful.
Seeing as I'm an elf.
Ever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
Why wouldn't they?
No dwarf has ever studied at the Circle of Magi. I guess you never read First Enchanter Caitlin's treatise concerning dwarfs and the non-heritability of magic. He tested dwarfs from 20 bloodlines and found they couldn't perform any level of spell casting, regardless of lyrium exposure or time on the surface. The Circle speculates that lyrium in the stone shields us from spiritual influences, and over time made us immune to them.
Oh, interesting. So what do you want with the Circle?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable
fair enough.
exchange.
Fair enough.
Orzammer would learn of one of the great natural
could be a
forces of
researcher.
the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
I'll say, well, I can bring the Circle your request, if you want.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcasts. Tell them I've already begun reading the Teventer Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating.
I love her enthusiasm.
The Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child.
She's so enthusiastic and adorable.
Agreed, Liliana.
Oh,
See, me and Liliana are
right
just on the
now,
same
I'll be by my
wavelength.
father's shop.
An angel. I hope we don't have to bring her bad news, but okay. Once we leave here and head towards the Circle, we can certainly deliver that note.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's Luxury
Garen
Gift Shop.
Garrison's.
There are a lot of you, and I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging. Then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
I don't understand. What exactly happened to you?
Well, it's the lyrium, you know. Raw blood of the earth. It's more alive than you and me. Most of the time, that's no problem. When it's all bundled up in a piece of steel, it'll leave you alone. But handling the ore directly, sometimes you get burned. It's not just your skin it takes off. It'll burn directly into your mind.
Aren't dwarves immune to lyrium's effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood.
Okay, so there are a lot of buts. So working with lyrium made you crazy?
Not crazy, just a little forgetful. Don't worry, I'm fine when I work. Just look at my wares. I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold fire, ice, anything you want to put in it.
Alright, let me see your wares.
Right, best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
I love the giggle at the end. We've got a red steel dagger here, which will be good for Talon as his offhand weapons. We're gonna pick that up.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
Are these things dangerous?
Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
I don't know what nugs are, but if I see them, I'll send them your way. I don't know. I have a feeling they're like maybe rats, kind of, maybe?
Orzammer welcomes you.
I don't know. Guess we'll find out. First, let's check the back alleys. Nothing back here. Alright, back here is the Diamond Quarter, which sounds very fancy, so we'll definitely check this place out. It's not made of diamonds like I was hoping for, so that's one disappointment already. It's got a good view of the lava pits, though. Great view of the city as a whole. Let's see, oh, this is where the nobles live.
I hope the Assembly picks a king soon.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
From what I've heard of dwarven politics, I'm almost surprised we haven't seen blood running these streets.
Oh, is that a common thing in dwarven politics? Good to know.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammer is ailing for want of a king.
Can there be a queen? I hope so. I hope they're just using king because it's two men in the running and not because it's a male thing.
Lord Balin promises radical changes that will offend the ancient Paragons. Have our traditions no value?
Spicy.
The public has a right to know.
It's times like this we really need a Paragon.
Steal this weapon right off this public weapon rack here. This is Harrowmont's estate, so he's one of the people in the running for the throne.
Welcome to Lord Harrowmont's estate.
We'll come chat with him.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I have a treaty obliging Orzammer to aid against a blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Do you want me to find out why your fighters dropped out?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the Ancestors would favor your arm. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I don't want to start picking sides.
Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving
This
is
is so
afternoon,
annoying. Of course
and
we're
Lord
getting
Harrowmont
raveled up
could
in the
certainly
politics.
use you on his side.
Like, it's really not my place as a Grey Warden to get involved, but I have a feeling we're gonna have to, hey? So we're gonna have to choose a side. Before I do, I obviously want to meet and talk to both sides. Hello.
Greetings, Grey Warden.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
Thank you, Tercy. That's very nice of you to say. Sorry for breaking into your room. I'm also about to rob you. not gonna lie, but
Could do that for you.
thanks for your blessing. Okay, well, before we leave here, can I at least, like, get some more information about Lord Harrowmont? Like, I'd like to know who I'd be working with if I chose his side.
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrowmont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture.
The provings. Tell me about them.
Provings are how our ancestors show their judgment, pitting body against body in a ring of scared stone. Everyone in Orzammer accepts that judgment.
Who is fighting for Balin today?
The usual. A couple of Idukans, some Gavorns. He has many men lined up, but not all of them are top-ranking. Piotin Idukan and Wojciech Ivo are his best. They're both unpredictable, and some of the best fighters Orzammer has seen.
How well do you know Lord Harrowmont?
I served under General Harrowmont for 3 years. Under his command, every dwarven life is important. He would not waste even a single soldier. He is the king Orzammer needs, especially in a blight. Balin would call any fight a victory so long as he remains standing.
Alright, I should get going.
Have you decided then? Will you enter the provings in Harrowmont's name?
I still haven't decided.
Do not tarry. The proving starts this afternoon.
I mean, we got zero information essentially about Harrowmont there. I like the fact that apparently he does want to protect his men and he's not as reckless as Balin seems to be, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's better than Balin.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
I'm gonna try to resolve it, because apparently they can't resolve it without me, but I need to get some more information first.
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont's insinuations against Lord Balin reveal the truth. Could Harrowmont be the true cause of King Endrin's death? Shocking allegations.
See, we've got like potential traitors here. Yeah, we need more info.
I wouldn't mind getting a job here. I could sing, tell stories, help the king get items from high shelves.
Liliana! That's funny. Okay, this is the royal palace, apparently. So I don't know if anybody's in here or if it's just empty at the moment.
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
Okay, so Balin must live in here because he's the prince.
Greetings.
But as we learned, the kingship is not hereditary, and that's why there is this tension. Because Balin doesn't necessarily get it just because he's the— Whoa! What? Oh my god! We just came across random thieves! They were trying to tunnel into the vault, apparently, and came across us instead. How unfortunate for you. Wow, I can't believe we were here just in time to break up this robbery. This should win us some good points in Dwarven eyes. Interesting.
Ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna take all their loot, though, as payment, okay? We'll call that even?
Now is better than later.
Wow, that was unexpected. Alright. Anything else back here? Oh yeah, this estate is very large.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Stop it, Talon!
Alright, alright.
Like how he said, alright, like he was talking back to me. That's right, you heard me loud and clear. Ooh, we got another love letter in here. Which is one that we do need for that quest. Finding all the spicy love secrets of the nobles.
Now is better than later.
Oh, this is the throne room. Very cool. Look at that. Now that's a throne. Very, very nice. I'm surprised they just let people in here, to be honest, but okay. I mean, we did just stop the burglars. Alright, so are we not allowed to go talk to Balin, or
The Prince values your support, Warden.
He's not gonna get my support if I can't talk to him. That's lame. Alright. Guess we'll peace out of here. This is the chamber of the assembly.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammer to host your order.
I like how the dwarves apparently still value and respect the Grey Warden
What news do
order.
you bring?
But here we go. Okay, advisor to Prince Balin. We might get some info here. I'll say, wait, you know who I am?
It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and his eclectic entourage. I hear you seek the
Fair
aid
enough.
of Orzammar's finest.
I need aid against the Blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
I'll say battling the Blight is more important than politics.
No one wishes this fight over more than Balin. But while it rages, Orzammer can spare no one to combat what may or may not be a new Blight.
There is a Blight happening, I swear it.
I believe you. But what are we to do? If Balin followed his heart and sent his men to aid you, Harrowmont would steal his throne. We would defeat the Blight and return to find our homeland devastated by an incompetent tyrant.
Well, how can I convince you to help?
There might be a way. If you demonstrate to Balin that you owe Harrowmont no fealty. Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception.
Irrefutable evidence? Which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
What kind of evidence?
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where did you get the promissory notes?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
That feels like an important issue. Isn't there someone you could just report him to?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammer. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot...
Obviously, that is such a close familial tie. You think he'll hold a distant relative over his duty?
I guess I can't expect you surfacers to understand the importance of family in Orzammer. The Shaper is biased, and if you want Prince Balin's help, you'll have to show where your loyalties lie. Will you do it?
I'll have to think about this.
Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here.
I don't like the veiled threats at the end there, honestly. That really turned me off. Don't expect the prince to... Like, okay. Chill out.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Alright.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Jesus.
The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control
Things are
of their emotions.
spicy down here. Good lord. Let's talk to the assembly steward, Bandalore.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
I don't want to be rude and say, you don't recognize a Grey Warden. I'll just say, I'm just observing. Pay me no mind.
Oh, Stone. You must be the Grey Warden. I completely forgot about the Gate Guard's message. Welcome to Orzammer, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
So who has the authority to aid me?
Dulin Verender, Harriman's man, can be found at the Harriman estate. Vartag Gavorn, Prince Balin's second, is often here in the assembly. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Okay, so he wasn't helpful at all. He basically said we had to pick sides. Like I said, honestly, I was like pretty on the fence about which side I was going to choose until Vartag low-key threatened me at the end there. That really rubbed me the wrong way. So right now I'm leaning towards Harriman for sure, but we'll talk around.
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harriman cannot trust you and prove.
Oh, what? You followed me over here?
Good faith gesture.
I'm gonna man, I have no loyalties here. I'll tell him. I'll say Vartag wants me to show people that Harriman is a cheat.
That you spoke to him even after our discussion is not reassuring. So have you decided to earn my lord's trust, or will you throw your lot in with the snakes?
I still haven't decided.
Do not tarry. Proving starts this afternoon.
I want to gather more information. Stop trying to pressure me on this. I have a feeling this is going to be a big decision, so... Let me do my research first, please. What is this place? This is the... Sorry, I didn't read on the door there. This is the Shaperate.
Get on it.
Which is like the library, I guess?
From the memories. Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Okay, guess we'll keep an eye out for him.
I'm quite busy. Please do not disturb me.
Sorry.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Ortan Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Ortan, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Ortan, who was training in Orzammer when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harriman have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now.
Oh, that's what she's trying to prove here.
It's almost too much to
She's related to a Paragon, and thus she's a noble. Let's see.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammer was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
Shaper of Memories?
The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost Tigs. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad.
Let's talk about Orzammer, Lord Shaper.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
What's the difference between an Ancestor and a Paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to Paragon. A Paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammer so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors, and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
Interesting. Are there any Paragons in Orzammer now?
There is one Paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her Paragon status.
Where is Branka now?
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths.
Oh dear.
She never returned.
2 years ago? That's not a good sign. Alright, well while I'm here, tell me some of Orzammar's history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
What are the deep roads?
They were once our highways beneath the mountains. Now the darkspawn claim them and few venture there, except your order, who enter the deep roads when they retire, so they can die slaughtering as many darkspawn as possible.
How did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caradon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caradon's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
What's a Tig?
They are to us what a colony is to surfacers.
Okay. Cool. Where is Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammer knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements.
Might have had to have been done, but that's still
Kal Sharok is the
hard
only
decision
other
to
city
make.
to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
So there is another dwarven city. Interesting. Okay. Enough history, let's talk basic Orzammer again.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden.
I was hoping he'd be able to give us some information about our political candidates, but doesn't seem like he will.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Oh well, at least we got some history. That's good.
Shh. I'm doing very important work.
Okay, okay, sorry. Oh wow, it goes all the way back here. Got some books we can read. Orzammer Politics, a new codex entry. As dangerous as it is to mistake a dwarf's caste, it is far more deadly to mistake his alliances among the noble houses of Orzammer. Everyone in the city is allied with someone, whether by blood or by word. The nobles do not engage directly in commerce themselves, as that is the domain of the merchant caste, but they do serve as patrons. They invest in shops or in artisans' work, and in turn reap a share of the profits as well as a measure of the credit. Merchants and warriors alike benefit from the service of a prestigious patron. The relative power of each house is ever-changing. It is usually safe to assume that whichever noble house holds the throne is at the top of the heap. But below that, things grow into a tangled mess. Houses ally with one another by marriage. They earn rank and prestige when combatants loyal to them, or from their own bloodlines, win provings. They earn it when artisans they patronize become sought after or well regarded, or when the merchants they invest in become successful. The degrees of power that these achievements confer is so murky, even to the dwarves, that it isn't unusual for nobles to challenge each other to provings over whose smith forges better belt buckles, or whose servants have the best manners. Nor is it out of the ordinary to find two merchants arguing over whose noble patron has won the most acclaim, for the rank of the patron is the rank of the client. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the assembly, where the Deshirs, representatives of each noble house, meet. Although the king technically rules Orzammer, kings are elected by the assembly, and so each king must work constantly to maintain the support of the Deshirs. Kings who prove unpopular find their heirs deemed unacceptable to inherit the throne. Power then passes to another house. Interesting. So dwarven politics are very in-depth. There's always a lot going on, a lot of battles for power and status. Got a codex here about the Shaper's life. The blessing of the Shaperate is only given to those who walk with the stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure. But those who desire to work in memory must first honor it. Document the stone, protect her, and present a new history to the memories. Only then will the blessing of the Shaperate be upon you. Traditional dwarven folk songs. Well, I'll pull out my lute. This song is called Nug Pancakes, a well-loved dwarven nursery rhyme. That's incredible. Nug Pancakes is my new favorite song. Confirmed. Confirmed! Alright, is that it back here? Looks like it.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you. Alright, well we got some lore and picked up a couple quests in here, so the Shaperate was definitely worth our time to stop by. Doesn't help us with our decision of who we're gonna ally ourselves with, though. I stand by my initial gut feeling, you know? They always say when in doubt, sort of go with your gut. And my gut tells me, after my interaction with the prince's guy, that Harrowmont might be the one to ally ourselves with. So, I think, should we maybe just go with our gut? Or maybe we should try to find some more information first. Yeah, okay. There's no harm in... No harm in gathering more information. Let's go back down into the commons and see if talking to the common people provides us any insight.
Does that lead out to the deep roads? I hear they're crawling with darkspawn.
Oh, this is the way to the deep roads. Okay, we don't want to go here yet then.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesh's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Why do you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
I like that the dwarves, like, actually believe in blights and understand the darkspawn and everything. I'll say, will you let me pass?
Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesh's permission to risk yourself. Orzammer can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps.
Are darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders.
Giant spiders! Great! Are there no dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes. Or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Ah, interesting. Well, I should go.
Alright, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Now, I hear some squeaking, and I see a giant rat thing. This is a nug. Those are the corpses. Corpse isn't the right word. The things they were selling at the meat stall. They were nugs. You wrangle the nug into a box, ready for delivery. Alright, so those are nugs. That solves multiple questions that we had. We can deliver him back home to Nug Wrangler here.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
Out of the nug game! I've got a nug for you!
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Sounds good. Glad to help, Nug Wrangler Boremore. Alright guys, well our first forays into Orzammer have been nothing if not interesting. We've learned about the crazy politics of the dwarves, and we are expected to pick a side, but I'm hoping to explore the rest of the city and gather some more information before we place our allegiances one way or the other. And up ahead, I see another Nug! Hang on, we gotta go get him. Nug, 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 Nug! Okay, the Nug has been wrangled, and so we'll call it a day there, folks. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out for today's episode of Dragon Age Origins. Hopefully I'll see you guys back next time as we continue to explore the great city of Orzammer. Until then, everyone, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.